3-hour hearing every month for 18 months.
Oh, wait,
Start at 7 o'clock. We agreed to start at 7, go to 10, and when you get it from 7 to 10, go the next month.
You saw it?
Yeah, I saw
I'll have to look at it. I do still read that
And
thing.
then we'll walk away from the project.
No, it's, you know.
Walked away. We never even got to a decision.
that. Are you in there, are you in there at the end?
A little bit louder,
Sure.
slower.
They,
Okay,
I mean,
thank you.
Spring allowed me to hire a good traffic engineering firm, and it was all about traffic. And, I mean, they lied in their traffic study. And the guys that we hired were smart enough, so every time we catch them in a lie, oh, we made a mistake and we have to redo, so they must have submitted 3 or 4 traffic studies during the course of those 18 months. Because every time we would say, hey, this information is not correct, this is not even correct from the numbers you submitted in the front part of yours. Oh, we'll have to go back and read.
They had what?
Yeah.
Sure. You can start signing up for.
I did.
Yeah, and then like you get a CPS. Figure if you schedule it for like the middle of September, that's by the time they'll tell you everybody.
It has to be April.
That's what I heard.
All set, Michelle?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to call the meeting of the Wyomissing Zoning Hearing Board to order. We're here today to hear from Mr. Keith Mooney on behalf of his client, the Highlands at Wyomissing, the owner of the property located at 2000 Cambridge Avenue and identified as tax parcel ID number, which I don't read. It's requesting a variance from section 609.9 off-street parking to allow a 20-foot aisle width for two-way traffic instead of the required 24 feet from the Borough of Wyomissing zoning ordinance. Property is located in, R4 Retirement Community District. Property is developed as a retirement community on approximately 113 acres. The applicant has submitted the land development plan to convert an existing barn on the property that is adjacent to Old Wyomissing Road into 4 independent living retirement apartments. The zoning review of the land development plan identified the entrance drive to the barn and 4 proposed parking spaces located on the southwest side of the building. Narrows from 25 to 20 feet. The access drive is intended to accommodate two-way traffic. Section 610 C3C requires a minimum width of 24 feet of entrances to and exits from parking areas. 20-foot wide portion of the drive is in existing condition. Extending the paved surface to the required 24 feet would require the removal of an existing 60-inch caliper sycamore tree. The applicant would prefer to allow the sycamore to remain and to minimize earth disturbance in its vicinity. At the July 8, 2021 meeting of the Borough's Planning Commission, a recommendation was made by the Planning Commission to the Zoning Hearing Board to grant the variance from section 610 C3C and to require as a condition of the variance being granted that the Highlands provide additional vegetative screening between the Highlands barn parking lot and the Borough Park trail system, including Old Wyomissing Road. Okay. Typically at this time, I introduce the people at the table. Michelle there, you all know. Najla Batish, the member of the Zoning Hearing Board. Robert Ullman is the member of the Zoning Hearing Board. Counsel is Dan Becker, and I'm David Rothwell, the chairman of the Zoning Hearing Board. Mr. Becker is going to explain what we're going to do today.
Yeah, so today, the burden of proof is on the applicant, so the Highlands of Wyomissing. I understand that they're represented by Mooney today, and I see that you have at least one witness, if not two witnesses, Keith.
I have one witness, I think that will need to present, we do have two individuals here representing the Highlands, but as long as the board is willing to stipulate to the deed that we have submitted, I believe we submitted a copy of the deed, then we will not need Mr. Diacosta's testimony.
Okay, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but I suspect that they would probably agree to that. So what happens is the burden of proof is the applicant's. That means the applicant has to proceed with providing testimony and documentary evidence to support the request that they're asking for today. At the conclusion of all testimony, the zoning hearing board will go into an executive session and deliberate. Typically, the board will render its decision today orally, and then a written decision within 45 days. Do you have any questions about how we're going to proceed, Mr. Mooney?
No.
All right. If not, at this point in time, Mr. Chairman, I suggest that we consider the request to take judicial notice or notice of the deed.
Yes, sir. Before we start, do you think it's necessary to disclose that the drivers are residents for them?
I think you probably just did, and I suspect that will that in any way impact your decision on this process?
I would not expect it anyway.
Okay. So I don't believe that creates a conflict. Mr.
And we
Mooney,
have
do you
no
any
objection.
to that?
No objection.
Okay. All right, with that said, then I believe that we may proceed. So the discussion is related to the deed. We will take official notice that that is the deed for the property.
It was in the package.
It was in the package.
Yes, correct. So,
Okay with that?
yes.
All right, so we'll accept that. We will not need any testimony on the ownership interest. Mr. DeCosta can still testify if he cares to, but we won't need it on that particular issue. We'll mark that deed as applicant exhibit number 1, just so we have that specifically marked. Okay?
Okay.
You'll swear your witness, Mr. Mooney?
Mr.
And,
Frederick.
please, well, she's leaving. I was gonna say we'll swear her too. Yes.
I'm not leaving, I'm just grabbing the laser pointer.
Okay.
Just a second. All right, both would like to raise your right hands. Do you swear or affirm the testimonies you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Mr. Mooney, you may proceed. Keep in mind the waters are rising.
That's right.
Mr. Fredericks, please state your full name and business address for record, please.
William Fredericks, it's RGS Associates, 53 West James Street, Suite 101, Lancaster, PA, 17603.
And you were, I think you mentioned that you are approved by RGS Associates,
Correct.
and in what capacity are you employed?
I'm a client manager with a civil engineer by background, professional engineer license in the state of PA.
And how long have you been a professional engineer? Or public engineer?
Yeah, registered in 2012 in
And
the state of PA.
is that, on this, you can see the screen right there, is that your resume and CV?
Yes.
We have submitted Mr. Frederick's resume and CV ahead of time. I can go through his educational background more fully, but I would ask that the board accept him as a expert in the area of planning and professional civil engineer.
Any
I think,
objection?
yeah, I think before, so we can recognize you have to stand up and take that pose.
No objections.
Thank you.
Mr. Mooney, let's mark the, just for purposes of record, mark the.
Yeah, exhibit
CVS
2.
Wait.
Please mark the CV as exhibit applicants 2.
Mr. Frederick, did you prepare the plan for the Highlands Barn project proposed to be located in the Borough of Wyomissing at the Highlands at Wyomissing Retirement Community?
Yes.
And is the exhibit that I will be asked to be marked as exhibit 3, the plan that you prepared?
Yes.
Can you give a brief description of the proposed project?
Yes. The proposed project is an adaptive reuse of an existing barn on site. The barn sits along Gale Song Drive, which is internal to the campus and borders Old Wyomissing Road, which is a vacated road, backs up into some open space back there. The barn is proposing to be reused for 4 dwelling units within the retirement campus itself. With that, there's some minor expansions, so the main core of the barn is kept, converted to apartments. There's a few expansions for accessibility and some patios. Those are the gray areas you'll see on the screen there. Along with, ADA accessibility with parking space and sidewalks to connect, and a little bit of reconfiguration of the parking lot just to accommodate spaces. There are some internal spaces to the building. Those are the arrows along the right facade there. And then associated stormwater management and utilities improvements as well within the area.
Excuse me, Ms. Bear, I think there are pictures that were sent in with our, do those pictures that will be marked as exhibit number 4 accurately reflect the barn as in the condition that it is in today?
Yes.
And that adequately reflects the location of where the drive aisles will be that we're going to discuss in the zoning here?
Yes.
In preparing the plan for the proposed project, did you review the Borough Wyomissing zoning ordinance?
Yes.
Were you able to determine what zoning district the proposed project is located in?
Yes, located in the Retirement Community Zoning District, abbreviated R4.
And the retirement community zoning district permits living units for the elderly, such as the ones proposed as part of this project?
Yes.
Does the plan that you prepared meet the retirement community requirements set forth in section 463 of the Borough Wyomissing zoning ordinance?
Yes.
Is there one aspect of the plan that does not conform to the dimensional requirements contained in the Borough Wyomissing zoning ordinance, and if so, what is it?
Yes, and it's section 610C through C.
And does that relate to the drive aisles and the widths that are proposed?
Is there a motion?
Yes, I move, we grant the request of Highlands Wyomissing for a variance from section 6103, C, C driveways, non-residential, to allow 20-foot aisle width for 2-lane traffic instead of requiring 24 feet from the Borough Wyomissing zoning ordinance, subject to conditions to be placed in the record posts.
Those conditions would be as follows. One, to provide the additional vegetative screen between the Highlands barn and the parking lot of our trail system, including Old Wyomissing Road, as recommended by the planning commission. Number 2, to extend the drive aisle to 24 feet or whatever the compliant distance is at the time of the tree dies and is removed, and that must be widened within 90 days after the death of the tree. Next is that the applicant is bound by all testimony, will comply with all testimony and exhibits that were provided today. Next, the applicant will comply with all rules, regulations of the zoning ordinance, rules and regulations at the time at the time with regard to the property. Applicant shall use and develop the property in accordance with all federal, state laws, rules, and regulations. The applicant will obtain and pay for all the permits that are necessary for the project. Next, the applicant may not expand or alter the project other than what's been provided today in accordance with the permits that have been issued. They will also implementation of the relief that's being requested must be within 1 year of the date of the decision that will be issued, and comply with be assignable to all all assignees would be bound by the terms and conditions of this
Of this meeting.
relief.
All in favor? Aye. Motion is carried, relief is granted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very much.
Have a good afternoon, and hope everybody's got their rowboat.
Yeah, I think you're right. You're right. I'm glad we're in high ground.